In Plato's Republic, Socrates argues for a system of government where communities are ruled by philosopher kings. These philosopher kings are a group of stoic, apolitical men or women selected to rule because of their intelligence and then housed high on a lonely hill above town in order to make smart decisions about how society should work. I bring this anecdote up because if YouTube is a community, I think Socrates would say this goofy, irreverent man is secretly her philosopher king. Look, PewDiePie doesn't need a video essay. After all, he has an audience larger than France and enough money to buy a portion of Greece. But I find any discussion around him polarizing. Over dinner, I meet a man loudly convinced of his white supremacy, and another woman quietly bro-fisting her girlfriends. No YouTuber divides my friends more radically than PewDiePie, and nobody with a normal voice appears willing to defend him.
Getting married is awesome.
So this video is not for PewDiePie, but for anyone who falls along the anti-Pew paradigm. Here is why PewDiePie is worth paying attention to. He called people the N-word.
What a fucking...
He gave the middle finger to newspapers.
Try again, motherfuckers.
He paid Indians to write death to all Jews. All problems hard not to pay attention to. But what if I told you PewDiePie sitting atop the pyramid of popularity on YouTube is actually the best of all possible worlds? In fact, PewDiePie is not only one of the best video makers, he is the best person to have at the top of YouTube.
9 years ago, I uploaded my first video onto YouTube. Instead of 12 million views, this video had about 3 or 4. I had found what I was actually passionate about. I famously started selling hot dogs to sustain myself.
Here are the quick facts. YouTube's biggest celebrity is a multilingual, married, tepid creator living in a small town in the south of England. This life shapes his style and offers millions of people an alternative perspective on what YouTube can be.
Hello and welcome to Felix Wardrobe.
When I think millionaire celebrity YouTuber, I'll be honest, I think helicopters, Ferraris, boxing matches. I do not think JD Salinger, but that is what I'm forced to admit YouTube has at the top, a catcher in the Swedish rye. Celebrities parlaying their Hollywood audience onto the internet, or millionaires buying fans with bold stunts are as common as their critics. But YouTube's biggest celebrity could not be more antithetical. Since 2010, he has made one video a day, every day for 10 years. He is a college dropout from Sweden, married to a girl from Italy, who makes videos in English about Japanese books. You may dismiss him as a plaything for children, but this is what millions of people tune into to watch.
Hypothetical ideas about Dyson spheres and how we could gather energy in a more efficient way from black holes. We might think we know what the motive is behind our intentions of actions, but it's actually far more complex than we think it is, which I find myself...
PewDiePie has gone through more iterations of content and character than a Kafka novel. His metamorphic maturity in many ways matches YouTube's. From his early videos as an adolescent screamer, to edgy teenager, to tepid, self-aware commenter.
It's a little awkward. These honest videos, I can't.
But I'm not sure whether YouTube's personality, if such a thing could be summed up, and I'm not sure it can, follows PewDiePie's, or PewDiePie's personality leads YouTube. All I know is there exists some indelible umbilical link between the growth and reputation of this man and that of YouTube. That makes it worth paying him deeper attention. The first time I watched PewDiePie, I had just moved to New York City. I was working at BuzzFeed and searching the internet for ideas when YouTube put his daily video in my recommended. Fucking YouTube. I was not a subscriber. In fact, I was a critic. But it's not exactly like I was making highbrow content that day either, so I watched the video. What I saw was not what I expected. I anticipated a kid playing video games yelling obnoxiously at the screen. But instead I saw a man with a baseball hat mocking ostentatious wealth.
I think it's really inspiring how young YouTubers can afford with their first bit of earned money, buy a Lambo, buy a Ferrari, and I feel like now it's my turn to show off my sweet new ride. Let's go.
I realized then that my impression of PewDiePie had been wrong, that maybe I needed to reconsider why I did not like him. Was it because I disliked his videos? Or did I dislike him because I had heard that he is annoying and unintellectual? I defend PewDiePie because as I get older, I recognize the vast temptations he transcends.
This one my mom bought for me. It's so embarrassing.
One is economic. All things being equal, he does not hawk toxic products to his vast audience, nor does he use his wealth to saturate the public with a positive perception of him. Something that I cannot say for many other YouTubers.
About the whole gambling thing, it is what it is, and there's nothing I can really do but say sorry and give you these Amazon gift cards. So I'm sorry, it just wouldn't happen again. Amazon codes $10 to $20, just a little giveaway.
The second temptation I notice him transcend is status. PewDiePie refuses to virtue signal with his wealth. He won't conform to the traditional idea of what a celebrity looks like. Show your legitimacy with a TV show. Show your generosity by giving a card to your friend. Show masculinity by purchasing diamonds for women. Show your status clubbing with your entourage of famous friends. The playbook writes these as the clear moves for celebrity. But a good journalist notes, you never see the biggest YouTubers show a gaudy mansion, a flashy car, or a scantily woman. A good journalist would notice he has never stooped to the banal psychological tricks that so many other YouTubers conceive to capture an audience. Why?
You see so many fucking YouTubers flaunt with their fancy car, or their house, or their gear, or whatever. To me, that just shows that they are so insecure about what they made on YouTube that they have to somehow show people that in a way that other people will understand what it is they've done.
After watching thousands of different people, when YouTube, the brand, speaks about the positive influence and ethos they wish to promote, I realized this is it. You cannot find a truer gold standard than PewDiePie, a celebrity with 100 million subscribers, a celebrity with the power to do anything and the money to buy everything, who makes content about book reviews, video games, and comedy from his bedroom. In the same world of Jeffree Stars and Jake Pauls, above them each is a man who compares his house getting robbed to Diogenes living in a barrel.
I don't think you'll see me living in a barrel anytime soon, but I think there's a lot to learn from Diogenes. I find it funny how I lost more items reading about him than actually getting robbed.
To paraphrase a very wise speaker, it is not the content of a man's videos, but the content of his character you should judge him by. There are many criticisms reporters may level at PewDiePie. Unintellectual is not one.
If the one thing I took from that was like, people don't care about all this fuss. People just want to be entertained.
I defend PewDiePie because in a reality that rewards non-apologies and rationalizations, he is willing to retreat when he feels he's wrong. However one may feel about his Wall Street Journal controversy, if you go to his channel, you notice he actually removed his response video. And after the N-word controversy, he made a basic 90-second video. He apologized and said he could do better.
I should know better. I owe it to my audience and to myself to do better than this.
Conversely, when he donated $50,000 to charity and his audience swarmed with outrage that it should go to such a suspicious charity, he did the most difficult thing of all and withdrew his donation despite the media attention it would draw.
Pie made an about face on a hefty donation to a non-profit.
I can't recall the last person I know that admitted they donated to the wrong charity.
I'm sorry for all the confusion, and I'm sorry for messing this up.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, Lord Acton famously said. But with PewDiePie's power to go to war with the media or other YouTubers, he has always chosen peace. Yes, he will express his disagreement or disgust,
And then I divorced them.
but he has never mobilized what is perhaps the largest fan base in existence. I have little doubt if he ordered his audience to assassinate someone, like Henry II asking to be rid of that meddlesome priest. One or two of his zealous fans would execute me like Thomas Becket. Now, a person should not automatically be praised for showing decent human restraint, but character is not revealed in a vacuum. Character is discovered through comparative analysis, and his contemporaries show no such disposition towards similar restraint.
There's a douchebag named Cody Ko, and we are about to f*** his life up.
Yeah. I defend PewDiePie because of the content of his character over the content of his videos. PewDiePie is a character. He is one dimension of a real person, Felix. PewDiePie doesn't really exist, not in a tangible way. Yes, he exists in our minds and on our screens, but he is a fiction.
There is a clear
I never thought I had a persona, but it is clear difference between PewDiePie and Felix. You know, when I make these videos where I go outside, I scream naked in a suit or whatever, that's clearly PewDiePie. Felix would never be able to do that. Like, I have to kind of enter that character.
But I defend that fiction because it comforts the lonely and makes uncomfortable the powerful. I defend PewDiePie or Felix or whatever blurry mix of reality we see because as a fallible human in a position that requires him to act infallible, he somehow muddles through. Long after generations of YouTubers have risen and fallen, he has remained more or less with the same humor, the same values, and the same sense of careful self-awareness. He remains not unlike Plato's philosopher king of YouTube.
I don't want people to think that they win by acquiring wealth and fame. This is such a common misconception that somehow if you get rich and famous, all your problems are solved. When in reality, these are just cravings that everyone has that will never leave you satisfied.
I like PewDiePie because he is entertaining, funny, thoughtful, and occasionally insightful. But that's not why I defend him. PewDiePie makes countless mistakes. His actions hurt others. But I do not judge a person by their success. I judge them by how they handle mistakes. Hemingway defined courage as grace under pressure. PewDiePie's grace under pressure, year after year, could be a model for world leaders everywhere. And that's why I defend him.
On the skies, upon your knees, on the scrapes of light, your skin breathe. I could be anything.
Hello, thank you for watching. I'm going to publish the script to this video essay on Patreon. You don't have to pay, you don't have to subscribe, I don't care about any of that. I just want to put more stuff on Patreon. So if you're curious what the script looked like and then finding the various sound bites and music and how it all got woven together, you can go read and check out the script I wrote on Patreon. Spelling errors, things that made it in, things that didn't make it in. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.